My name is Ruben, and thank you for tuning in to the Earth Connection. Today's topic, the illusion of separation. We'll be covering the topic of consciousness and what it is. I did something a little different that's a little bit more structured, so great. I'm excited about it. Anyways, so we'll look at energy, and we'll start there. Okay, energy. Science, proves that, it's made, everything is made up of energy. Okay. And there are two schools of thoughts here. One is that consciousness needs matter. Okay. And that, the two are separate things, but energy is the common denominator for both. So that is why there is a second school of thought that suggests that consciousness um, and energy are connected in a way, or that energy is a proponent of consciousness, so to speak. Um, that school of thought is actually very, very common, so much so that during the Cold War, the military had invested a lot of money in developing and understanding psychic abilities and those things, uh, during those times. Um, and they had released those documents and shown them to be very successful. There are channelers around the world. Famous one, Daryl Anka, known as that channel's entity called Bashar, named Bashar. He is um, they have done testing on during his meditative states, and they've shown that the brainwave activity changes during that meditation while the channel is happening, while the entity is going through. Pretty sure that most of us are aware, comfortable with the idea that there are other life forms out there. Even reports of UFOs stopping nuclear launches. That's publicized in the reports. It's almost like the it's almost like there is an actual disconnect between the governmental system and the awareness of the people. Many of us have had personal experiences. I've seen UFOs. I've had personal experiences outside of that. And I was a military. I'm retired veteran. But more than that, I'm another human being. Because the truth is, you know, that they have worked with, the Greys and several extraterrestrials and uh and they have access to certain technologies that would be beneficial for humanity. But, you know, due to agreements and things like that, and there's reports and studies on this, you can look this up. Um, you know, they can't interfere directly with how we as a collective, as a humanity, operate. We have to be united. We have to come together as a global human species, as fellow human beings. And more so, in developing our human identity, we can understand that we're not the only ones that are home, that make this planet home. The Greys are here because they had once been human, and they abandoned spirituality as a whole and the pursuits of technology. And after they had modified themselves in such a way where cloning was no longer viable and the species was getting ready to die out, that is when it was revealed to them, because they had sent out a call, that through the hybridization program, they can um, try again and choose empathy and learn empathy and love. And so many people out there who have experienced abductions, they really did try to do it as best and humanely as possible, as far as um, making sure you don't remember things. Okay, but this was all to benefit all of us, because they know that one day we would benefit from them as well. And the way they were of service to us is they crash landed one of their uh, uh, vehicles, right, in Roswell landing and stuff like that. And that's what started the relations between the government and extraterrestrials, um, you know, allowing the advancement for technology. Now, with that hybridization program, what the government wasn't counting on is the hybridization program actually working, because they didn't really understand what that was. And I'm going to explain to you, because it does involve how consciousness works. So in the beginning, if you want to call it the beginning, because there is no such thing as time. Time is a construct that we design within our experience to create this experience, this idea of moving forward, to create continuity, to create an experience. Because I mean, we say it all the time, right? It is about the journey and not the destination. See, as as spirit, there is a sense of timelessness and eternity. But creation and existence expands through our life experiences, because it's one thing to say that, this is how something is done. It's another thing to experience it, and it's through life experience that we grow. Now, this forgetting of the connection to our true nature, to ourself, to is a unique experience. Only very powerful souls are able to want to go through something like this, because the idea is, if you can it, the idea is, how would I do, what would it be like if if I put myself so distant from everybody else, right, from source, that it creates this idea of complete separation. You can never be completely separate. This takes a collective agreement and entanglement. We agree on operating on certain parameters and rules. Um, um, to live out this experience. And you could say, you could, if you take a step outside of all of our horrible experiences, right? And you look at the overall growth and what could happen if you learn these things, right, as intended, then you could see why we would use these things to grow. Some people get really lost in this densification, so to speak, in this illusion of separation that um that they thicken that layer of illusion of separation. But the truth is, there is a growing awareness that we're all connected. And our story is much, much bigger than any of us know. And the old systems were geared towards that kind of old separation paradigm. But we're heading towards a new age, and for the first time, spirituality and technology is together growing, and our awareness is growing. Within you, while you were a child, you had a soul song, something that was inside of you that needed to grow and bloom. Each person is like an individual note. And the more you tune to your note and your life purpose and your frequency, and each person does the same, then we as a humanity can create a beautiful symphony on this planet together. I'm going to be interviewing people who follow their passions, and you can see firsthand how it changed their life. If you leave here questioning things and wondering what's more to life, then that's a good thing. It's time we come together. It's time we discuss these things. It's time we bring technology, spirituality, humanity all together. I know we can do this. Love and blessings to you all. Take care.